Well, we are 5 games into the season, still currently unbeaten and top of the league. So let's keep this momentum going by beating Manchester United. Hello, welcome to Club 4, Part 6 of the Globe Explorer. Coming up in today's episode, we do have our Premier League fixture against Manchester United and our opening Champions League fixture for this season's run to the final. That is coming up against Young Boys. So since the last episode, we've only played 2 games, and unfortunately, we did beat. Well, unfortunately for us, we did beat Fulham 5-0, and unfortunately, we did get knocked out of the Carabao Cup by Everton. Not great, but I'm not too fussed about the Carabao Cup. I know I said we were going to win everything. What I meant was we're going to win everything apart from the Carabao Cup, if you know what I mean. But the Premier League table does currently look like this. After 4 games, we've won 3, drawn 1, so we are on 10 points. We are top of the league, but take that with a pinch of salt. We're top of the league by goal difference, and by a lot of goal difference. But there's 4 teams on 10, and they are obviously Manchester United, Newcastle, and Spurs. Spurs are still up there. I don't know why they're. I mean, Chelsea. I don't know what's going on with Chelsea, but Chelsea, the past couple seasons, they've sort of looked pretty useless. Yeah, they're on a decline. Dare I say it? They could potentially get relegated within the next couple of years. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think we did any other transfer business at the end of deadline day. I don't think we sold anyone else, not that I know of. Oh yes, we did. We did sell Theodore Pizarro. He has joined QPR for £6 million. I don't know if he's going there to play week in, week out. If he does, I'm sure QPR are going to get relegated from the Premier League because I don't think he's Premier League standard. So this is the lineup for our match against Manchester United. It's Mitchell in goal, a back four, Ragab, Roberto, Moreno and Ross. Gabriel at the base of the midfield, and ahead of him we've got Lacroix and Ngalima, and Mouchet on the right, Elias on the left, and we've got Essien up front. Come on, lads, let's hopefully get a nice and hopefully simple win. That's what I'm hoping for. A big win. Hopefully 2-3-0 up by half time, and they'll get another additional 4 goals in the second half. Hopefully beat them 7-0. That would be absolutely lovely, but I don't think that's going to happen. Only stuff like that hopefully happens in real life. I mean, if we can get a big win, that would be good, but what would be even better if we could be at least 1-0 up by the 10th minute, which we have played 5. We haven't had any shots so far, but if we could just keep Man United 0-0 for as long as possible, that would be all good. And judging by the team, I don't know how good their team is. They've got a couple real life players. Most of them are new gens. They've got Lewis Skelly at left back. I think that's the only new real player. And Ivan Moreno has put the ball into the back of the net to make it 1-0, albeit it is being checked by VAR. Goal has been disallowed. Why? Why? That looked like a reasonably good goal. That's not who's Lloyd? I thought it was Lloyd Kelly. It's not. They've got Lewis Skelly. Is that Leroy Sané? It's not. So it is literally just Lewis Skelly. That's the only player I recognise. I don't think we've had any other Man United players play for us recently, for the likes of Betis or West Brom that are in the team at the moment. I don't think they are, unless there's some on the bench I haven't recognised just yet. Elias have got the ball. Come on, that's a great cross. Essien, falls to Ragab. That's a simple goal. I don't know what the Man United defence was doing there. Absolutely ridiculous. But that is a very easy goal, and it's 1-0 to Liverpool with 20 minutes left to go of the first half. I mean, the defensive side of things, I mean, that shot completely out. The goalkeeper is completely in no man's land. Wasn't going to get to the Essendon strike. Might have got to the Mouchet strike if it wasn't blocked, but very good play that is. We are 1-0 up. And if we can get a second goal, Mitchell, that was a very good save. Probably a goal line save, I'd say, so myself. But if we can get a second goal here, that would be absolutely lovely. If we do, I think if we just go into half time with the lead and Dave Lacroix does double our advantage, and it's now 2-0 with 15 minutes left to go, and that's got to be. It's probably not the 3 points wrapped up just yet, because we've still got the second half left to go, but it is pretty close, because realistically, I don't see Man United getting 2 goals. They might get 1 goal, but I don't see them coming back to win this game. But you never know what could happen in the second half. But if we can get a third goal, that will definitely be the game shot of the match with the second half still left to go. Lloyd has got the ball, plays the ball out wide. Can we just try and put the pressure on? That would be nice. Maury finds space, and that might be a fraction offside. Is it going to be checked? It's not, and it is a goal. Goal to 2-1 at the moment, but if we can just try and get a third goal just to restore that 2-goal advantage, that would be lovely. If we could get it there, if Estienne can't put the ball across goal, that would have been 3-1 all day long. But still, this is a pretty impressive first half. Not too bad. I think we could do a lot better. We've had 8 shots, 9 shots, 3 on target, so it's not too bad. We just need to be a little bit more clinical when it comes to the shots on target. Start testing the goalkeeper a little bit more. That would be nice. Goebel has got the ball. And Galima, come on, have a strike. Somebody, be a little bit spontaneous. Ragab, Himushe, this is looking very good. Ragab, now to Galima, this is looking very promising. And Galima puts the ball into the back of the net to make it 3-1 on the well with 5 minutes left to go of the first half. Not really on the stroke of half time, but pretty close. That was a very well worked goal. And Galima having a brilliant game. I mean, 32 years old, he just keeps getting better and better as the season goes on. It'd be a shame when he retires, but hopefully we would have won the Champions League by then. But I dread to think what will happen with Liverpool when all of these players eventually go, because most of them, dare I say, they're over 30. Obviously, there's a few that are under 30, such as the likes of Lacroix and Sergio, but hopefully Liverpool can be the best team in the world for the foreseeable future, because I don't know what happened last season with Jared Bowen in charge, but it just was not good enough, and that's why they got me in. And now we're back to our usual selves, top of the league, and probably end up winning everything this year apart from the Carabao Cup. Right, we've got 35 minutes left to go of the second half. We are going to make a couple changes. Moreno is going to make way for Davies, and I think we will also get off Hamushe for Pashruti. I think that's probably all we shall do for now, but come on, half an hour left to go. Come on, we've got to throw it in a very good area, which Ross is going to take. I don't know if he's got a long throw on it, but are we actually going to see this throw, or is this just the substitutions happening? We are going to see it. Ross will whip it in. That's not a great throw, but it does fall to Galima Pashruti with his first touch of the ball, puts the ball into the back of the net to make it 4-1. I mean, if that's not the 3 points wrapped up now, I don't know what is, because let's be honest, Man United, they've been pretty useless this game. They've been utter garbage. That's what they are, utter garbage. Roberto, now to Davies. This is looking very positive. Dare I say it? It looks like it's going to be a 5th goal for Pashruti. Come on, Ragab down the right side. Perfect crossing opportunity. Essian down the cross. Galima, I think it was Dave Lacroix with the initial shot, but Galima sort of took it away from his path. But it's a goal nevertheless. 5-1. If we perform like this every game, I think we're going to win the league. I think we're going to win the league regardless, but if we perform like this every game, we're going to steamroll the Premier League and the Champions League, obviously, but we'll find out about that in the next couple games. Goebel is going to make way for... We'll get on Kuzma. Not really a defensive midfielder, but we don't have our backup defensive midfielder on the bench for some reason. I'm going to presume he is injured, and I think we'll also get off Ross off for Osborne. I think that'll be the final changes we shall do for now with 20 minutes left to go. Can we get 2 more goals to make it 7-1. That would be absolutely wonderful. Gabriel with the ball for Manchester United. That is a very good save from Richie Mitchell. See, I got his name right. Always used to call him Remy. I don't know why, but his name is Richie. Remy and Richie don't even sound similar. Jose with the strike, and thankfully his header was well over the top of the crossbar, not even testing the Richie in goal. And 10 minutes left to go. The win is very much all wrapped up, and the 3 points. Let's look at the table. Obviously, we are an early kickoff. Obviously, that does take us up to 3 points clear of Spurs. Obviously, Spurs and Newcastle yet to play, but we will build a 3-point gap between us and Manchester United, which is very good. If the other 2 teams can do us a favour, that would be very, very good. And Ragab has got the ball down to Ngalima. This is looking fairly positive. Ragab, now Ngalima. Lacroix with the shot. A very good shot. I tell you what, Lacroix, brilliant at long shots. He really is. And hopefully he'll get a few more goals like that. Probably not this game, but over the course of the season, I expect him to get at least 10 by the end of it. And that's in all competitions. Elias has got the ball. That was a very good opportunity. I tell you what, definitely looking like it. I reckon we're going to get a 6th goal. Probably not now, but we do have 3 minutes left to go of additional time. Elias whips in the corner. That wasn't a bad delivery, but falls back to Elias again. Now to Pashuti. Oh my God, I thought that was destined to go into the back of the net, but it was just wide of the goal. What a match. That was a 5-1 win over Manchester United. Absolutely superb. Could not have asked for a better performance, apart from try and keep a clean sheet next time, boys. But that was a very, very good result. And I think this squad is absolutely world class. Obviously, we are still reasonably early on in the season, but Ngalima, what a game. What a game he had. 2 goals and probably a few assists in there as well. But let's see how good our start to the Champions League is with the first game coming up against Young Boys. The line-up for our match against Young Boys in our first Champions League game of the season. It is Mitchell in goal, a back 4 of Yakini, Sergio, Roberto and Ross. Maria at the base of the midfield, then ahead of him we've got McFadden and Kishma, and Boucher on the right, Romarinho on the left. Then we've got Gorgios and Chonyu up front. Come on, lads, let's hopefully get a nice, decent win to start off this year's Champions League and run all the way to the final, because we got there pretty easy last year, but we just couldn't quite get over the line in the final. I think if we had gone with a positive mentality in the final against Napoli, we almost certainly would have won it. But I think we went in there a little bit too confident, if I say so myself. I tried to do it on a balanced mentality, but we're doing it on a positive mentality all the way to the final, because I don't care who we're up against. I think we're definitely good enough to beat absolutely everyone, and we're going to steamroller all this season. I think we'll probably, apart from that Carabao Cup defeat against Everton, I reckon we're good enough to do the whole season unbeaten. That might be a little too ambitious. I think we'll lose a couple games here and there, but by and large, I want to go the whole season unbeaten. We haven't had the best of starts this game. We've only had the 1 shot. Young Boys have had 4. Neither of us have a shot on target, so it's not like it's the end of the world. But with 10 minutes left to go of the first half, it's been a pretty boring first half. Not really much highlights at all. Nothing in terms of chances created in front of goal. So pretty boring for the neutrals, if I say so myself. I think that's the catchphrase. Pretty boring for the neutrals if there's not a lot going on. But hopefully the second half much more livelier than the first half. Albeit we have done a little bit of the rotation in the team, but pretty much most of it first team players, so it's not really that much of a change. Obviously we've got a different striker, different right back. Most of it has stayed the same. Hamushe, lovely ball out to Romarinho, and we're going to start 5 against 3. God, yes, Kuzma with his first goal of the season. I think that's his first goal of the season. It's certainly his first goal of his Champions League career with Liverpool. And that goal has been disallowed. That is very unfortunate. How close was it? How close was it? Antonio, and I'd argue the fact Antonio probably could have had a shot, but yeah, Kuzma definitely offside. But hopefully that's a sign of positive things to come. So we can put the ball into the back of the net. We just need to do it. Just need to do one legally and not a offside goal. That would be absolutely wonderful. If we can do that within the next 5 minutes, that would be lovely. Then hopefully from there we can get a few more goals. After that, Hamushe, that's a lovely run forward by Kushma. Finds, I was about to say McFaden goes down the box, and that should have been a penalty, but Antonio does put the ball into the back of the net to make it 1-0 to Liverpool. Only a few minutes after that disallowed goal. Kushma, what a run, by the way. That is absolutely wonderful. Yeah, that's not a penalty, is it? He dived. He dived. I mean, if that was a penalty, I don't know what I was watching, but yeah, no contact at all. But I mean, that was just ridiculous from McFaden. I don't know why he did that. I don't know who he learned that from, but certainly wasn't me. We are going to make a couple changes. Osborne is going to come on for Ross, and I think Kamushe also comes on for Paschute. I think that'll probably be it for now. We've got 30 minutes left to go. We will get off Kushma off at some point because he is just coming back from a pretty serious injury, so we'll give him another like 10-15 minutes. Osborne now to Roma Mourinho. This is looking very positive. Antonio with his second goal of the game. I'll tell you what, he could be brilliant. He is wanted by Arsenal, so I don't know if that's a sign or Arsenal are just completely bonkers and trying to buy a very much a not really untested. He's a good striker. He's not world class yet, but he does have the potential to be a very good striker. But I don't know why Arsenal want him. I mean, he's got room for improvement, but he's definitely not at that level just yet for playing week in, week out football. Where Kushma is going to make way for Ngalima, and I think we will also get off Yakini for Ragab, and things that be probably the final changes for the match. We've got 20 minutes left to go, and it looks like it's going to be a very decent start to this season's run to the Champions League final. Obviously, hopefully we can get a couple more goals this game, or at the very least one more goal. But young boys, they had a pretty decent first half. I mean, they have 4 shots. Obviously, we only had the 1 shot in the first half, or we might have had a couple more than that. And that is a very good tackle. I thought we were gonna kick a bit of foul there, but thankfully we could just about got away with it. And McFaden has got the ball, just about keeps it in. Mourinho with the shot, and unfortunately couldn't quite put the ball into the back of the net. But we do win a corner, which Mourinho will whip it in. Will it be far post? It will be far post, but he was trying to find Antonio, who was that man lurking at the far post, but he didn't quite get to him. But hopefully we can try and get a few more chances. So hopefully still time for Antonio to get his hat trick, which would be thoroughly deserved because he's been absolutely superb this match. Mourinho, McFaden has the chance to put the ball into the box. Really find Antonio, who he does. Did that hit the crossbar? Yeah, it certainly hit something. It took deflection, but I don't know where it came off from. Mourinho with another corner, near post this time. Sergio with the goal, and we are 3-0 up against Young Boys, and that should be hopefully the game setter match. I don't see us bottling a 3-goal lead, but what a corner, what a header. Absolutely wonderful. We're cruising through to the 3 points. It won't put us top of the league, but it doesn't really matter where you finish in the league phase. Obviously, finishing top probably does help in a way, but I don't know where we finished last season. I think we were like 4th or something, and we got to the Champions League final. But if we can finish first, I mean, finishing first should guarantee you a spot in the final, but it doesn't quite work like that, and what a goal that is. What a cross from Osborne, and a very simple header from Pastruti to put us 4-0 up with a few minutes left to go. Osborne takes a few touches just to set himself, takes a lot of touches actually. I thought it was just a few touches, but took lots of touches, and Pastruti, what a header. What a player and what a header. That's twice he's come off the bench and scored. That is he's just a wonderful player, albeit young boys. Pretty easy opposition. I think most of his Champions League run is going to be pretty easy oppositions. I mean, certainly for the league phase, are only 2 difficult games only come in the last, I think the last 2. So that's against Madrid and Dortmund. Apart from that, it's relatively straightforward. So I don't think I bother showing you any other Champions League games, at least not for the time being. So I think we will probably. I don't know when we play it for our first pretty difficult game. So I think we probably will. I think, you know what? I don't know what we do in the next episode. I think we probably will do our probably not against Man City. I think for the first half of the season, we won't really worry about the too many big games. I think we'll play a whole bunch of the season, get a few wins, and hopefully stay top of the league. So then I think we'll come back for our Merseyside derby against Everton, and then we'll do our first match in December, which will be against, hopefully, it could be another top of the table clash against Spurs. If you have enjoyed today's video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more Daily Football Manager videos, and thank you very much for watching.